be acting weird. All these boys seem to be acting weird, and they seem to be covering up things. Why? Um, I don't know. But in a case like this, what else would you be lying for? What else you'd be covering up? The fact that they keep saying Katie's name ah, makes me feel like Katie is more involved than we know. You know, because they said there were 6 people there. First, they said there were 7. Then they said it was 6. We got Katie, maybe she was there. We got Warren. We got Bart. We got Wyatt. We got Trayvon, right? Was Trayvon? Did he say he was on the boat? We'll put Trayvon to the side. We got Nolen. Who else? We definitely heard. Here's the thing. We definitely heard a girl's voice on the audio. Did we not? Did we not hear a woman's voice on the audio? So who was the girl? I do know TMZ said that there was somebody named Leanne that was also questioned too. Leanne might be Katie's sister, but why would, because they said she was on the boat, and Katie's sister then came out and gave a statement backing up what Katie said. But if Katie's sister was on the boat, why wouldn't Katie be on the boat? And I know what you're saying. Well, they said Katie had her own boat, but so did Bart. And Bart was on that boat. Y'all heard from the thing. Y'all heard them say Bart. Bart was on the boat. And Bart's boat got searched. But the thing is, from that third boat, who was the third boat? Was it Katie's boat? Whose boat was it? Again, I do think that interview with Officer 𝗵𝗓𝗓 was the best thing that could ever happen, because I don't think that they would have had this much scrutiny or this many questions without Officer 𝗵𝗓𝗓. And for those of y'all, another thing about how ridiculous the boat call was, okay? I showed this last night in my live, but let me show it again. There's a boating expert. She's been a captain for 20 years. She has a boat much like the Triton 2200 that the other boys did. She actually showed where the bilge pump is, how it looks, and how ridiculous what Nolen, no, I'm sorry, what the boy on the phone was actually saying, all right? And how ridiculous it is that Nolen's family, it looks like they were crafting a narrative for Nolen's family not to even be able to collect money. Why is that important? Because you see how Nolen's family put in a thing for wrongful death. And everybody's just like, oh, but Nolen wanted to stay. The reason they said that is because there's something called maritime law. And maritime law is the captain has a duty that when you take somebody out on your boat, you must bring them back. If you don't, you, the boat owner, and everybody else are responsible for what happens to them. The only exception to that is if the person denies entry. So that would explain why they were telling Nolen, saying Nolen was like, no, I don't want to get on a boat. I don't want to get on a boat. And why every single story has Nolen adamantly refusing to get on the boat. I believe not only were they making an alibi to make sure they got away with murder, I believe that someone that has a judge as a stepmom will be seeing this, that they were trying to also create a narrative that prevented Nolen's mama from suing for civil and maybe bankrupting the whole family.
Wow.
That type of foresight, it definitely to me seems like somebody that has legal experience and experience in civil cases would actually do. Listen, Trishan said, y'all keep talking about Tisa messing up names, but like she said yesterday, all the Sesame Street characters did it. Bert, Ernie, Elmo, Big Bert, Cookie Monster, Oscar the Grouch, and all the rest of them. Let Tisa cook. Dang. Thank you so much for that, Trishan. So listen to the video that I showed yesterday, all right? I want y'all to see this.
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, where's the...
Now, this video, just to set it up, shows how ridiculous the way that they were acting about the questions that 𝗟𝗍 was actually asking. It was very, very ridiculous. So listen to this. She says, this is the boat Blige.
Speaking, how can I help you?
Hey, where's the West...
Also, on one of my videos, I literally just asked ChatGPT how easy it is to damage that. And they said, actually, a fight, somebody being thrown against it, somebody stepping on it too much. They said there's lots of ways that the Blige bilge, whatever it's called, can actually become clogged, all right? Can actually become clogged from a fight. And this would also explain that huge thing that was on the back of Nolen's head that is still unexplained. She said, I find it really weird he couldn't answer such a simple question. Again, we are not voting experts, but the way that all the voting experts on Reddit said the questions that the 911 operator was asking was like if you call AAA and they ask you, all right, where are you located? You would be able to tell them very quick, oh, I'm off of exit this, or I'm right here. Especially if they said, oh, we'll send you a link and you can just send your GPS. But even more, it's like AAA, if you got a flat tire, asking, what side is the tire? What side is the flat tire on? And you're like, huh? What? I don't understand. This is how ridiculous this boy sounded. Like it sounded like he was lying, and that's why the 911 call was so suspicious. So listen.
Tip of porn and our bilge pump stopped working.
They said that the bilge is only a few inches deep. Most boats have that boat ruler put in. It's kind of like the way most cars, I think you actually legally have to have a jack in the back in case you have, a flat tire. There needs to be a jack in the back of the car. Most boats actually have that ruler. Let's continue.
Thinking, can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
She literally gives him an option to answer yes or no. But also, even if he couldn't find the ruler, let's just say because they were panicking, most boaters will actually put their foot in and measure how deep it is, because how deep it is lets you know how quick you're actually going to fall. So if it's ankle deep, right? If it's ankle deep or you're like, no, it's 2 inches above my ankles, but you have to give that measurement because it lets them know how much of an emergency it is.
Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
Like she said, boats don't sink without water in it. And it seems like he's distracted by what's going on in the background. Again, there's
crazy.
So many questions.
How can I help you?
There's so many questions to ask. And I do believe that interview that Warren gave, that Trayvon gave, it opened up so many gaping holes and caught them in so many, if not lies, definitely intellectual dishonesty. But again, you guys, really quick, let's listen to this audio.
How can I help you?
Hold on. Let's listen to this audio one more time before we go, because I think it's so important.
Dang.
Listen to this audio one more time before we go. And again, let this sit with you. Rewind the live. Let it sit with you. Go to Jeanette's Facebook. If you are on Facebook, she breaks it all down. But let it sit with you and turn your sound up. Because this is, at the end of the day, what might make sure that Nolen gets justice.
I heard, oh my God.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Again,
That's
everybody has their
messed up.
own version. Everybody will hear what they want to hear. But at the end of the day, the one takeaway we have is, why is it so hard for Nolen's mama to get an answer to what happened to her baby? Why it's normal for them to keep body parts in an autopsy, the first autopsy person. It is highly abnormal for them to deny access to those body parts in their own facilities to the second pathologist or autopsy person, whatever you want to call it. Again, this should be very, very simple. proving a drowning in an autopsy is very, very simple. And I believe that if the county of Mississippi could prove that Nolen actually drowned through the simple autopsy, they would have been released those results. No matter what you think, the official story is not adding up. And all Nolen's mama wants to know is what happens to her baby. And even though the governor is out here screaming, the sheriff's out here screaming, the FBI is out here screaming, nobody can give her a simple answer because no one is willing to say with official backing that Nolen drowned, with an autopsy backing it up. And I believe that's because they can't. Anyway, you guys, listen, I have a few other stories to put out. Let me know what you think in the comments. May Nolen rest in peace, and may we have justice for this man. Very, very, very.
Wow, man, this story is getting deeper and deeper, man. They got an expert, and I'm gonna play it back. They have an expert sound technician that actually enhanced, and she put her, you know, what she thinks she heard as closed caption, basically. And when you listen to what she is actually typing out, it kind of fits together. It's not really clear. So I'm actually going in here trying to delete some stuff that I started. Can I click here? Trying to do too many things. Why you can't delete? I started a live. I'm trying to edit video. Yeah, you gotta. I don't know what I'm doing. Right here. Maybe right here. Delete. There we go. Yes, I want to delete permanently. All right, John. I said, no matter, it's better to start now than later. But anyway, I got to start working the live. The live is not doing what I wanted to do already. Damn, but this stuff is so hard. I can't use OBS for some reason. Maybe I got to install it again or something. But anyway, check this out. Where was we? I think Big Ticket that went live on the Nolen Whale joint. Let's see. Dang. Here we go. Yeah, he live right now.
Something wrong happened to Nolen Wells. I've already said that. You haven't got to sit down and talk to any of these people. Think about this. I want y'all to think about this. I have not ruled out, and see, this is why I tell y'all people all have selective hearing. I already said, I feel like something wrong happened to Nolen Wells. I've already said that. And I told you why I feel that way. But I don't have evidence to say, hey, they murdered him. So I will never say that. If I don't have evidence to put a murder on someone, you know why? And I'm going to tell y'all why I don't do this. Because I have a big platform, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because when you have a big platform, to whom much is given, much is required.
You got that right.
You're watching Tiki TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, you guys. So that's why I always say, be quick to hear and slow to speak.
What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? I'm setting up the live stream also. I'm going live, checking out my live channel and everything while we doing this. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. New evidence, shocking new evidence. Nolen Wells video enhanced released. Rest in peace. It is clear that something happened on that boat. First, they was well, I don't know. I'm learning as we go. It's hard for me to put my 2 cents in it because I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. Everybody going off of pictures. they said that they sort of remember the picture of him in the swimming pool and everybody else facing, but he behind him, everybody facing the camera, and he's right behind him, and you can clearly see it's him. But when was that picture taken? You know what I'm saying? So, God dang, man, the proof is so hard to y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's get it,
And
man.
this is the reason why I did not. I wanted to sit back and see how this whole situation played out.
You ain't
because
the
I
only
knew
one.
that the truth eventually was going to come out. Now, people have been telling me about this guy, Officer Tatum. I don't know who he is, and I don't care about who he is. But apparently, some new information has come out that has blown this case wide open just now. And I try to tell you guys all that you should never judge a book by its cover, because if you do, it'll always come back and burn you and bite you in the ass. Sometimes, especially because a lot of you guys don't read books. So you just judge people by what you think. But now there has been new unreleased video that now proves that Nolen Wells was not on the boat when they towed the boat, and that the friends actually told the truth. Let me repeat myself again. There is now video proof that the friends left and had that boat towed, and Nolen Wells was not on that boat. In a brand new report, and I told all of you guys, and now even TMZ is pulling back what they said about that audio. Didn't I tell y'all everybody was lying and capping about that audio? I tried to tell y'all this, man. You know what I mean? You guys don't want to listen. You're wrong, Susu the Real. You're wrong. And I have video, I have actual photo evidence of that. You're wrong. You're totally wrong. When you say that in the comment section, you're wrong. In fact, I can go ahead. Let me go ahead and prove that to you right now. Before we even get started this video, I know you a liar, and I'm gonna prove it to you right now. You a liar. And here's why I'm gonna prove to you that you a liar. They were twins. They had two sets of twins and another kid, right? That father's the same father of all of them. They have the same nose, same face, same and I have pictures of when the baby was born with the father. So you're lying. You know, it's not good to come on the internet and lie, because you're going to get busted open lying, especially when you're playing with a guy like me. That I'm going to get to the bottom of the investigation and find out that you're a stone cold liar. You understand what I'm saying? So this isn't a channel that you really want to come on and lie and push them fake ass narratives. This is not the channel for that. You know what I'm saying? This is the same way they lied and they said that, you know, she isn't half black. When I told y'all she is half black, and the reason why I said she's half black, because her daddy is black. You want to keep playing with me? I'm gonna give you a second to regather your thoughts.
That's the daddy. That must be the daddy right there.
I'm gonna give you to the person who said they had more than one boat. No, they were on that boat. See, you can't move the goalposts. Let's get into this article. Oh, and by the way, you said show you the photos too. I'll show you the photos, but I have many photos. I have to block the other one out. And I'll do that. So you can get upset. You said I degrade people. No, people come in here talking shit and they get cooked. You don't get to come in here and talk shit to me and then think because I cook back now, oh, I'm the one that's in the wrong. No, get your ass out of here, Patricia. People come in the comment section talking shit to me and they're gonna get cooked. I'm gonna check them with facts. I told you I don't care about none of the other players involved. The only thing I care about is to get answers to what happened to that boy, the truth.
Yeah.
I don't come on here playing these games about, oh, they killed him, they did it. I don't have the evidence of that. But what I do have evidence of, and let me say this to you again, right? What I do have evidence of is that y'all said them boys was liars. Now y'all want to move the goalposts. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. It does mean something. It means that they told the truth and y'all call them liars. So TMZ is reporting that there's new video evidence that Nolen Wells was not aboard his friend's boat when it was being towed from Horn Island, which backs up what 2 witnesses told law enforcement. Nolen was still on the island after the boat headed home. Let's keep going. Let's keep going in this article. Because see, I told y'all, I don't care about nobody or nothing else except for the truth. I don't care about no Tatum. I don't even know who this clown is. I don't give a damn who he is. I only care about the truth, right? It says, never before seen video and photos appeared to show Nolen's friends on the boat, preparing to be towed back to the mainland without him, right? There are 7 people on board, and Nolen is not seen in the footage. Excuse me, to the person said I was wrong. I'm not wrong. Diddy's in prison right now. Sit down and shut the fuck up. Sit down and shut up. I'm right. Diddy's in prison right now, and y'all motherfuckers still crying. I told you that nigga gonna be in prison for a long time, and that nigga's in prison. I'm right. It was the goddamn jury that was stupid that didn't find his ass guilty. And to the person that showed the video, I can't show the video because I don't own that video, and I don't know that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this. I don't know this mofo right here. But apparently, they sent him the video, right? And TMZ authenticated the video. So let's get into it. It says, never before seen video or photos appear to show Nolen's friends on the boat, preparing to be towed back to the mainland without him. There are 7 people on board.
Well, to be honest, he could have been gone already, and they got his body tucked away where you can't see him on the video and stuff while they being towed. Maybe that happened. That's a possibility. I'm not saying that is what happened, but that's a possibility.
And Nolen is not seen in the footage.
He's not seen
by the Officer Tatum show. Now, everybody's talking about this guy. I don't know who this guy is. I got to go check out this guy because everybody keeps talking about, oh, Ticket, he ain't shit. I don't give a damn who he is. You know,
he got 3
this motherfucker.
He got 3 million subscribers, so you got 3 million people that think he ain't.
I don't listen to this guy. So anybody says, you say you believe TMZ? No, I believe the factual evidence, which is video evidence that have been actually, you understand what I'm saying, reviewed. So let's keep going on to it. The footage seemingly confirms what we first reported. Sources with direct knowledge of the investigation told us authorities have evidence of Nolen being on Horn Island after the boat departed on 4th of July. Let me repeat that again. It says the footage seemingly confirms what we first reported, TMZ said. Sources with direct knowledge of the investigation told us authorities have evidence of Nolen being on Horn Island after the boat departed on the 4th of July. Nolen's friends called for a tow, reporting their boat was taken on water due to failing bilge pump. And we heard audio of their panic call to a private towing service. Let's keep going, right? Let's keep going. The audio, we enhanced the audio from the call for help. And some people swear they hear someone saying, is he dead? It's not clear if that's actually what was said. And our sources say the people on the boat deny it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. That's why I told y'all I'm waiting for Ben Crump to come out here. Waiting for Ben Crump and his team to come out here. It goes on to say in the video, the person standing at the helm appears to be on the phone. So they got the video of the person on the phone when they're calling, right? They got the video of the person on the phone when they're calling for the tow. It says Nolen's friends say they told him to get on the boat and leave with them, but he decided to hang back with a woman. Her sister claims she was under the impression Nolen was leaving on the boat and his friends weren't going to leave him behind, right? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going right here. The boat was not towed by a private service, by the private service. Another boat anchored on Horn Island towed Nolen's boat. Nolen's friend's boat, I should say, right? Read that again. The boat was not towed by a private service, by the private service. Another boat anchored on Horn Island towed Nolen's friends instead. And they say they were eventually able to get the boat working and cruise back to the mainland without Nolen. Nolen's friends say they left Horn Island at 4:30 p.m. and they claim someone told them they saw Nolen at 6 p.m. on the barrier island. As you know, Nolen was reported missing and his body was found July the 6th after it washed up on Horn Island near where he was last seen. Mississippi authorities say they suspect Nolen drowned, but Nolen's family isn't buying it. They hired famed civil rights attorney Ben Crump and commissioned an independent autopsy, which said that Nolen's cause and manner of death was undetermined, pending investigation. The results of the initial autopsy conducted by the medical state's examiner's office are still pending. So, I'm waiting on Ben Crump. That's all I can say. I'm waiting on what Ben Crump's team say. If Ben Crump's team comes out and they confirm this and they say, hey, y'all, this is true, I can't really argue with it because Ben Crump, his team's going to have the Nolen family at the best interest at heart. So if his team comes out and says, hey, this is true, okay. But if his team comes out and say, nah, this ain't true, y'all, we got other evidence, then we ride with that. But I'll wait for Nolen. Excuse me, you said y'all are stupid and subscribe to this dude. What do you mean stupid, sir? Don't come in here and insult nobody on this channel, dog. We don't run around here calling people out of their names and acting like buffoons without no type of evidence, boy. The fuck is wrong with you coming in here calling people stupid? What the hell wrong with you, boy? Did you not hear what I said, boy? I said I'm going to wait to see what Ben Crump say. Boy.
Oh, my bad, y'all.
Did you hear what I said?
God dog it.
Don't you ever disrespect any subscribers on my channel.
God dog
boy.
It. I'm sorry, y'all.
Get out your feelings, boy. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. Some of these people on social media, they have zero conscience. They're hate-filled. Let me tell y'all this again. They are hate-filled. They're filled with hate, anger, and rage. Maybe something in their life is not going right. Maybe they have some issues that they haven't been able to get over in their life. So they enact their rage and anger and hatred on everybody else instead of having a sound mind and saying, you know what? Ben Crump and his team are doing an independent investigation. Let's see what every side says, and then in the end, let's see what happens. Because listen, people keep coming on here saying, oh, they killed him, they killed him. What happens if Ben Crump comes out here in 2 weeks and say, y'all, they didn't kill him, man. We got evidence that the dude drowned. Then all these people who went out here and slandered, what now? The damage already been done. This is why you never read a book by its cover, and you always quick to hear, slow to speak. That's why I'm telling everybody, I'm waiting for Ben Crump and his investigative team to come back. Why do I say I'm waiting on Ben Crump? Because I've seen Ben Crump 3 or 4 times come back with credible information in cases. He's already done it in a case in Mississippi. So I've seen Ben Crump do this in multiple cases. Without Ben Crump, guess what? Old boy case with Trayvon Martin case don't go to trial without Ben Crump. Trayvon Martin's case do not go to trial without Ben Crump. Ben Crump is the only reason why they took that to trial, and they should have found him guilty.
Okay.
I've seen Ben Crump on multiple occasions pull up and get shit right. So that's why I said, and see, they will hate you for not just coming out here and saying what they want you to say. If you have a sound mind and you say, you know what, man, I just want to know the truth. They'll, oh, you guys listen to this idiot. No. A wise man don't talk like fools. I'm going to say it again. Remember all those people that said that the white dude, Joe McCann, killed that black girl? Why the parents ain't sue Joe McCann for wrongful death? You know why? Because the parents know that Joe McCann was telling the truth. You ain't heard from the parents ever again for Ashley Janae. Matter of fact, they didn't tell y'all how Joe McCann been suing these content creators and sending them paperwork and cease and desist and making them apologize for lying. That's why I always said. Now, once again, I just told everybody, I'm not saying that the boy was not killed. I'm not saying that. But I'm not saying that he was either. I'm waiting for all the information. See, this is what people who have brains do. Right?
Yep.
You never heard me on this channel say a bad word about Diddy until the Cassie tape came out.
Yep, that's true.
Didn't have any evidence against him. You
Same
never
here.
heard me on this channel speak one bad word about Diddy until the Cassie video came out. Why? Because Diddy lied. He came out and said Cassie lied about all her allegations and nothing she said was true. And as soon as the video came out, Diddy comes out and apologizes. But hold on, you was willing to let that woman down here and everybody demonized Cassie and called her everything but a child of God and said she was a liar and that she didn't suffer any of that shit. Remember what they did. And then when that video came out, everybody shut their mouth. Then people had to move the goalposts and start going on other shows. Oh, well, she a 304. Nigga, what that got to do with her getting her ass whooped? This is the type of stuff that they push to y'all on social media. I'm telling y'all this. They push hatred, anger, rage, all kind of shit. I'm sitting on here telling y'all, let's wait till Ben Crump come out. Why? Because like I said, Ben Crump has done this multiple times. And Ben Crump has came up with big time results multiple times. Peep game, y'all.
Damn.
And they'll talk shit about Ben Crump. If it wasn't for Ben Crump coming in, this case wouldn't even be where it's at. You wouldn't even have all this investigative power going on in this case if Ben Crump didn't come in. If Ben Crump, Al Sharp, y'all complain about all these dudes. If they didn't step up, they're the ones that bring the noise. Peep what I'm saying to y'all now. But people will come on the internet and rage bait you and say, oh, you guys listen to this guy, he's stupid. How am I stupid for saying be wise and wait and let's hear what Ben Crump come out with their evidence? Because what are all these YouTube content creators going to do? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If Ben Crump comes out and his team announces that Nolen Wells died of an accident drowning, what are all these people that came out here and preach hate to y'all for all these months going to say? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. What they going to say? All these people who say, oh, they murdered him. You know what they're going to do? They're going to turn their back on Ben Crump and act like Ben Crump ain't never do nothing for the last 30 years to help the black community. When I got names. They're going to say Ben Crump took a payday. Ben Crump is boule. Ben Crump was a part of the bow. This is what they're going to say. I'm telling y'all what's going to happen. He was never for the family. He a sellout. This is what I'm telling y'all what the play is going to happen. Watch. If Ben Crump come back and say anything outside that they murdered that boy, you watch what they do to Ben Crump. They're going to forget about every other time Ben Crump has fought for justice for black folks. Peep what I said to you. Peep what I said to you. Mel says, if it was an accident, why are these young kids changing their story? Mel, look at your key words. They're young kids. How many young kids you know lie every day about shit?
Yeah, for small stuff.
Mel, do you have young kids? Mel, do you have young kids? I'm going to ask you a question. Do anybody in this comment section, see, I want you to think logically, y'all. Do anybody in this comment section have young kids? Have your young kids lied to you if they were drinking or maybe taking drugs or maybe doing something they shouldn't have been doing? Having sex and all this other stuff? Have they ever lied to you and changed their story? Well, think about when they were young. Around, 17, 18. Listen what I'm saying to y'all. Listen what I'm saying to y'all. That's why I said, wait for Ben Crump's independent team to see what they say. If Ben Crump's independent team come out and say, hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, when I was younger, bro, I lied a lot to stay out of trouble. My parents asked me, hey, you doing this? No, I'm doing that, man. Oh, you a lie, boy. Straight up. That's why when you get older, you know all the lies they tell. And you tell your kids, you say, man, you can't tell me no more lies. I don't been through everything you doing. To the person who says I'm dumb, no, I'm not dumb. I'm very intelligent and very smart and very educated. And I'm wise. You know why I'm wise? Because I won't come out here and say, hey, somebody's a murderer without evidence. I don't have evidence. I need to see the evidence of murder. I don't even have evidence it was an accident. So how am I dumb when we haven't even heard what Ben Crump and them? You haven't heard any of the police or Ben Crump's independent investigators come out and say, hey, these are the final results. How am I dumb? I want you to think about this. They will call you stupid for not being stupid. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is the poison that's in the internet. This is the poison that's in the internet. Look at her. Her name is 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. This is the poison that's in the internet. Quick to hear, slow to speak. Listen to what I said to y'all. Everybody says an accidental drowning would be nothing to hide. Ma'am, we don't know if there's anything to hide or not. You guys got to understand. It's easy to sit in your living room and say this, say that. It's hard when you get in front of millions and millions of people worldwide, having to talk and let me tell you something. If you've never been in a courtroom before and you've never gotten a stand before, I can make a person, if I'm a professional lawyer, I can make a person telling the truth look like a liar.
That's true.
Oh, I can make a person telling the truth look like a liar. Without a doubt. Because I know how to question them. I know they might get nervous and freeze up in front of people. A lot of people might not be public speakers. They're not used to this. Once again, right? So the person says, why would they have an accidental death? Listen, I'm not saying they did or they didn't. I'm telling you the truth. I don't know. And guess what? You don't know. You don't know. These are the facts. Right? I don't know. And you honestly don't know. You know why you don't know? You can't point out who killed them if you think somebody killed them. The same way I can't point out how it was an accident if it was an accident. Think about what I just said. Peep what I just said. You said you do know, G-Baby. Okay, G-Baby, let me ask you a question. You said you know. Have you been to Mississippi yet? G-Baby. See, they call me dumb because I'm telling y'all the truth, and I'm saying, hey, man, the honest truth is, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's fishy, but I don't know. Do y'all not see what I'm saying to y'all? Huh? G-Baby says she does know. So, G-Baby, you know, so let me ask you, G-Baby, have you been to Mississippi? G-Baby 197, I'm putting you on the spot. You said you know. Have you been to Mississippi? No, I ain't asked you about the audio. I ain't asked you that. I asked you, have you been to Mississippi? G-Baby, you said it's on the audio and it's not fake. G-Baby, how do you know the audio is not fake? Are you a professional forensic analyst? I'm just asking you, because see, listen, what you're saying here, you could not go in a court of law and pull that Cracker Jack bottle bullshit. It's not going to work. My point by asking you this is this, man. All these people are acting like they know what happened, ain't none of these motherfuckers down there in Mississippi doing no groundwork investigation. They haven't been down there to see the scene of the incident where his body was found. Think about this. All these people talking shit, and ain't none of them took their ass down there to Mississippi, to Horn Island, to even check the conditions of the water down there. Ain't none of them interviewed none of those people personally. Ain't none of them walked around and did any type of forensic investigating. They just talking shit on YouTube and taking what people are giving them on YouTube and saying, okay, yeah. No. That's why I said I'll wait for Ben Crump's team. You know why? Because Ben Crump's team actually have investigators down there. Ben Crump's team actually have people who are actually on the ground doing the investigation, doing the questioning, right? So for you to say that and you to say somebody sound dumb, no, I don't sound dumb. The person that sounds dumb is you. Because for you to come out here and put a whole murder on somebody and you don't even have their name. You can't even tell me a specific person who did murder him and how they murdered him. You can't even tell me if he did die by accident, how he died. See how easy it is to expose people on YouTube? See, let me tell y'all something. It's easy to sit on YouTube and talk shit. But how many people went down there to Horn Island with boots on the ground with their cameras to investigate? How many people went down to Horn Island and say, okay, let me go see the condition of the water down here? Right? Because these people on the internet, they're talking about, hey, man, hey, it's dangerous down there. Okay, let me go see for myself. And then go live and tell everybody, y'all, I'm live right here at Horn Island looking at the condition of this water. Listen to what I said to y'all.
All right, y'all. I think I found something, man. That's kind of like a update, a upper update. Check this out. Let's see if we can get this started.
Well, I don't think y'all done seen this yet because Ben Crump just dropped this 20 minutes ago. Yeah, Warren, y'all's story is steadily falling the hell apart. So this is a photo that has Nolen in the photo, okay? And it's past the time that Warren said that he had seen him. So remember, Warren said Nolen was cradling a girl on his lap last time he saw him. Well, right here, there's 7 living, breathing people on board of this boat right here, including Nolen. Looks like Nolen was with a girl on Wyatt's boat on his lap, not on the island. And guess what? How many people are on board? 7, Warren. Yeah, your story is falling all the way apart. And like others have said, I don't think Miss Ashley Cole really cut for you as much as we may have thought in the beginning, because boy, she set you up for something. You was so not ready to even go on Tatum's platform.
Wow.
Well, I don't think y'all.
That's crazy, man.
If you ever snitched on a nigga, you start.
Oh my God. Hi, Dad. They gone, cousins. I was looking for the next one. I thought it was already there, but anyway, let's keep going. Tisha Tell is live again, and my man, oh my goodness, he's live. Everybody is going live on this thing, man. That's crazy. All right, let's keep going with this one right now.
Right? That's why I said I don't know.
I'm gonna pull up another
These mofos is getting mad at me on YouTube because I told the truth. Think about this. Think about what I just said to y'all. Peep what I just said, right? You can go to Horn Island right now and get in the water and test that water. Right now. You can get in right now. G-Baby says, let's bet you $1,000 Bart killed. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't bet on murders. A kid getting murdered is not a game to play with, man.
Ain't nothing to bet on. God,
and you're putting this on people, and you have no evidence of this whatsoever. You are sick, twisted, and demented, man. And it's disgusting that you would put out this type of information on someone and you have no evidence of that.
And you want to bet.
If you had to go to court right now and present evidence, they'll laugh you out of a courtroom.
And you want to bet.
They'll ask you out of a courtroom. Because you just coming in there with jabberish talk. That's why I said I'm going to wait for Ben Crump. Why? Because I've seen Ben Crump come with evidence multiple times. Once again, Trayvon Martin's case wasn't even going to trial. The only reason Trayvon Martin's case went to trial is because of Ben Crump. That's the only reason. The only reason. If it wasn't for Ben Crump, Trayvon Martin wouldn't even have got a trial. And they should have found, it was enough evidence to find George Zimmerman guilty. Peep what I'm saying to y'all now. Peep what I'm saying to y'all, right? Peep what I'm saying to y'all. And to the person who said all those white people out there, nobody's seen nobody, we don't know that. We're not privy to all of the investigations the police are doing, ma'am or sir. See, you guys say stuff on YouTube but not thinking. Mr. Trump-tastic, that's your name. You says all those white people out there and nobody's seen Blackie accidentally die. What you mean Blackie? That sounds racist in a motherfucker.
What?
And your name is Mr. Trump-tastic, so I'm starting to get some vibes from you. Right? Once again, and to the person who said the evidence was tampered with, how can you prove that? Were you on the scene? How can you prove the evidence has been tampered with? People, y'all listen to people who come on YouTube who's not even on the scene. That is incredible that you will listen to somebody who will talk about tampered evidence that ain't even on the scene.
Tampered.
That's insane. Yeah, girl, I gotta have my weed to the side, girl. It was evidence that was tampered with. Okay, where you find the tampered evidence? Oh, well, I heard, because Craig and them said.
Craig and them. That's crazy.
I'm telling y'all the truth. That's why I said I'm waiting for Ben Crump's independent investigators. Because I believe his independent investigators are going to get the truth. Why? Because they are loyal to finding the truth for the family, not for the state of Mississippi. Listen to what I just said. They will listen to a mofo come on YouTube that's not even on the scene. These people ain't even went to the scene of the death. Make it make sense. How could you not even go to the scene of the death and talk about what something happened on somebody's life? Peep game. This is facts over feelings.
Peep game. Peep game.
This is facts over feelings. And the reason why you need that is because peep this, y'all. Y'all saying y'all don't trust what Mississippi tell y'all. Take your ass down there and do your own investigation then.
I gotta take Ziggy back upstairs, man. This is getting wild, man. I'm gonna let this run for a little while longer, then we're gonna get into the audio and what the lady was saying about the audio and everything. So let me take him upstairs real quick.
So if you don't trust what Mississippi tell you, if you don't trust what they saying about the conditions of the water and all these other things, why haven't you went down there and did your own investigation before you come on YouTube running your mouth? Make it make sense.
Yeah, Ziggy is the dog.
Why do that?
Ziggy.
Make it make sense. I want y'all to think about what I just said to y'all. Now, why do I trust Ben Crump? Right? I trust Ben Crump because he's already put Mississippi on blast in the past. They already know what time it is when Ben Crump comes. Go back and look at his history. That boy's death, that was just the other year. Ben Crump the one that found that out. And they ruled that one way, and Ben Crump came and found evidence that the boy's spleen was ruptured and all kind of shit. I'm saying it again. Right? But you can't talk as if it's facts. You guys are talking as if it's facts. You're not saying, hey, my opinion. See, that's different. If you say, hey, man, this is my opinion. I can't tell you what to have an opinion on. But if you come say, hey, man, this is facts, man. They murdered that boy, man. You don't have no evidence of that. Just the same way you can't have any evidence of what you said, am I calling out Willie D? No, I got respect for Willie D. Willie D's a great guy. Willie D have good intentions. Willie D's a good dude. He got good intentions. And Willie D don't have no weave, nigga. What is you talking about? Willie D have a weave? Do Willie? You say I'm talking about Willie D. Do Willie D have a weave, nigga? Is Willie D walking around here named 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦, nigga? A weavy wonder. You don't catch my drift, nigga? You don't catch my drift? See, y'all come on YouTube starting shit. When I told you, weavy wonder, nigga. What is you talking about? I said weavy wonder. I ain't seen Willie D wearing no weave. Right? Now see what they do to you on YouTube, y'all? They don't even listen to your words. This is what YouTube do. This is what YouTube will do to you. Right? I've told y'all this. Right? Now back to what I said. If Ben Crump, I'm telling y'all this, watch what I tell y'all. If Ben Crump come out and say anything, now mind you, Ben Crump have had 6 or 7 cases like this in the black community where he's come up big time with big time evidence and findings, right? And Ben Crump was celebrated for each one. If Ben Crump come out right now and tell y'all anything other than that boy was murdered, they're gonna turn on Ben Crump. Watch what I tell you. I promise y'all this shit.
I want y'all to check out this Officer Tatum. Tell me what y'all think, man, because Officer Tatum is dangerous to the black community. Wow. Everybody is talking. Let me see. Let's go with this short real quick, y'all. God dog it. This
white supremacist talking points. Let's
see. Is this joint going play right?
Officer Tatum constantly regurgitates white supremacist talking points.
Wow.
If you close your eyes and just heard him talk, you would think he's absolutely some redneck out in Alabama or Mississippi somewhere. This dude is a cancer to the black community.
Wow.
He's actually a cancer to American society because having somebody like him who constantly validates white supremacist ideology is dangerous. Officer Tatum constantly.
Okay. God damn, you hear that? So now that's another YouTuber. Now we got one more YouTuber right here that's actually, but he's live right now talking about this. Golly, this is ridiculous. All right, let's go.
Go and check it out. See if it's something you're interested in. I'm going to say more in a written form about bugging my team. Let's get into this. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody was saying, B. Tatum, what do you think about the audio? What do you think about the audio? What do you think about this newfound audio?
Wow, my man got 5,000 people watching him. All right, let's go from the beginning, man, I guess.
Is we good? How y'all feeling, man? Man, these white supremacists have spent the last, 24 hours denying and lying about this audio being fake. See, when the independent journalists, because, we are journalists, we are people who are doing the work, that legacy media is supposed to be doing. We are doing the work. So when the independent journalists and the independent media personalities, when we began to release the footage that dropped yesterday, the white supremacists took to Twitter, and including Tatum, to claim the audio was fake.
Dang. Well,
they claimed the audio was fake. The audio did not exist. The audio was this. The audio was that. And here's the interesting part about this, right? They claimed the audio was fake because apparently TMZ only had the first half. The full length was found by a journalist called Chronicle Speaks. She found everything. Shout out to the sister. So they thought it was fake because they're not doing their job. They're behind. But they finally conceded, oh no, the audio is not fake when apparently TMZ dropped the audio. TMZ dropped the full audio. That's when they began to claim, oh, no, it's not fake. So now they had no other choice but to acknowledge that it was real, but then try to make us feel like we not hearing what we heard.
And the thing that tripped me out, man, talk to my live stream, is they had a sound technician actually go over it, and she actually put in what she thought she was hearing and everything, and it kind of match up. You know, she wasn't too far off. I know that much. Here we go, man. Let's go forward.
But y'all, but y'all hearing it wrong though, huh? How y'all go from it's fake to y'all hearing it wrong? Huh? How?
All right.
Because even the white supremacists respect TMZ now. Right? Even the Uncle Ruckuses respect TMZ now. But TMZ pissed me off yesterday too. They pissed me off. Do y'all know why TMZ pissed me off?
Why?
TMZ pissed me off yesterday because for all the other news, for every Celeste update, that old lady that just got kidnapped, Harvey Levin is front and center. For every single TMZ update as of lately with Celeste, TMZ, Harvey Levin is front and center for everything.
Okay.
Everything. But how come when it comes to this Nolen Wells situation, TMZ went away from their usual practices? Harvey Levin is front and center when it's a Celeste and David update, where it's an update about this case and this case and this case. Harvey is the lawyer. He's front and center for everything. And then on occasions, you'll have the black guy next to Harvey, right? And they're having a conversation and they're going back and forth. But for the Nolen Wells situation, when it was time, right, to run cover up, when it was time to run PR for them white folks,
you don't see them, basically.
Yo, facts. Yo, listen, facts. Kwame Brown says people was just in the chat on my pre-recorded video saying it's fake. We as blacks have to do better. What the hell? No, yo, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Mainland from
or looking too deep into this audio. Hear this nonsense.
Talking about him and talking about him possibly being dead while they were on their way back to the mainland from Horn Island.
This is crazy.
This is all because of some audio that we got from officials down in Mississippi. This audio is a call that's being made from the boat that Nolen's friends were on. So after they're on Horn Island on July 4th, at the end of the day, about 4:30, they decide they're heading back to the mainland. And the owner of that boat, or the grandson of the owner, who's driving the boat, realizes that they are taking on water. Their bilge pump isn't working, so he places a call to a tow company called 𝐶𝑇O.
Okay.
And while he's on that call, there is a lot of commotion going on. And what people think is that in the background of that call,
what people think, you see how they did, you see how they minimalize words that we hear. Yo, we heard those words clearly, bruh. We heard, is he dead? Oh my God, Nolen, no. Get up.
Wow.
We heard those words clearly. Okay. Now they're minimalizing those words now. Yo, these folks are sneaky. Pay attention, bro. First off, the sleight of hand of bringing us the black guy instead of Harvey is slick. It's not working, but it's slick. Well done. Now they're saying the words that we heard, the actual words that we heard, they're saying, oh, nah, man, that's just commotion. What?
Here we go. Here we go.
Sorry? Huh?
I'm glad I'm doing this because this lets you all know how the media can twist a story into believing, to making the people believe that some airplanes hit the Pentagon, and no airplane hit the Pentagon. But the news will let you believe that. That's crazy, ain't it? Yeah, look that up. Here we go.
Nah, man. Now they're saying that, it's just because they're trying to say, oh, nah, man, it was a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Y'all couldn't even hear it. Nah, bruh. The sister enhanced the audio. Shout out to the sister, who's a professional audio engineer, if you guys don't know.
Okay. Same thing. Yep.
You see, independent media is breaking this case open. The person who enhanced the audio, the beautiful black sister, she is a professional audio engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So she makes sure to enhance it to where it's not just staticky. No, but no. But the sister enhanced the audio to where you could hear it clearly, as clear as it could be. This is a professional who did this. This sister did her job.
She did it.
This sister did the job that TMZ was supposed to do. Listen, the sister's so cold. The sister had another version where she just separated the ad-libs and not the main audio. So you can hear the full ad-libs. Oh my God, this is bad. But now they brought the black guy on TMZ to run cover when Officer Tatum ain't work.
Oh my God.
They thought bringing Officer Tatum to Mississippi and having him tap dance all around town, tap dance, shuck and jive all around the city.
They do not like this Officer Tatum dude, man. I'm letting you know that now. They don't like him. Wow.
It's really hard to make out. This is what it sounds like.
Okay, that's the whole music. They on hold.
CTO assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you? All right, of course. How far is the word coming up, sir?
No, we do not need that.
All right.
Come on, man.
No, we do not need that.
Now, there are other parts of the audio where people think they hear the words check his chest or wake up. One thing you can definitely hear clearly is the guy who's calling the tow company says, shut the bleep up. Now, he could have been yelling to some people. He does tell
that's funny because somebody else said that it was somebody else saying, they didn't say shut the F up. They said, wake the F up. Wake up, wake up, wake the F up. That's what they were saying that they heard on the audio. That's crazy, man. It's not enough. I don't think it's enough evidence to actually clearly understand what the person is saying. Because now they saying shut up. Then somebody said that, oh, they was yelling at the battery. The battery was dead, so they was telling the battery. What? I never even understood that. No, they was dead in the water. They don't yell at no battery. I can't even remember what they were saying. But anyway, let's keep going.
Yo, how come, there's just creative excuses
That's
for
crazy.
everything. Maybe he told them to shut the bleep up or shut the F up because they making a spot hot. Maybe that's why he told them to shut the F up.
But it was a different voice. The guy talking on the phone talks different from the F, unless he would just move the phone and say, F, man, shut the phone. I don't know. We wasn't there.
Y'all making a spot hot. What y'all talking about? And, as we ran through this audio, we talked about how, like when they called, they didn't know the call was being recorded, right? Because they thought, they was waiting for an operator, but the call was being recorded even before they connected them to an operator.
Right.
So they talking, they going back and forth, telling all the business. Telling all the business.
Why they on hold?
They not holding water. They telling all the business.
Wow.
Then the operator pick up and bro said, man, shut the F up. And there's no explanation for that outside of y'all tripping. Oh, we tripping. All right, man. We tripping.
Something, if there'd been foul play, and again, that audio is very difficult to make out. The dispatcher that there are about 7 people on board.
Damn.
All of them under the age of 20, under 21, he says. Now, here's what doesn't make sense. If they really...
No. You see how they list out all the things that are sketchy? And instead of addressing why those things are not sketchy, they go to, here's what don't make sense. Now, we understand you got your cape on, but before you get to what don't make sense, can you tell us what makes sense? Can you tell us all the things that you just heard with your own? See, he don't deny hearing what we heard. He don't deny hearing what we heard now. He heard exactly what we heard, but instead of addressing what you heard, instead of addressing, okay, man, listen, man, I mean, like, it looks bad. He automatically skips to, well, here's what don't make sense. No. We don't want to hear what don't make, no, tell us what makes sense first. You heard that audio, right? See, but he automatically skips to what doesn't make sense. Watch this.
The tow company says, shut the bleep up. Now, he could have been yelling to some people. He does tell the dispatcher that there are about 7 people on board, all of them under the age of 20, under 21, he says. Now, here's what doesn't make sense. If they really were, and again, that audio is very difficult to make out.
Okay.
I mean, you can definitely hear, oh my God. The Nolen and Izzy dead part is up to interpretation.
What? You folks
true.
is crazy, bruh.
Well, I think it's true. Somebody said, oh my God, there's like 2 or 3 things you can clearly hear. 2 or 3 things. But other than that, everything else is like, well, this could have been said. This could have been said, to the point that then you got some stuff that's like, I don't know what they said. It's clear we don't know what they said, but there's some medium stuff in there that kind of add up. And they not, I don't know. They not talking about that, man. And that's terrible.
Yo, before the evidence came out, before the actual evidence came out, they called us crazy. They say y'all got no proof, right? Yo, their favorite line was, there's nothing that suggests foul play was done here. That was their favorite line before the audio came out. Now the audio came out, and you hear it clear as day. Now the new thing is up to interpretation. Man, talk cash, bro. Thank you for the $100, man. Much love from Mississippi, bro. I appreciate you, man. That's love. That's wild, man. Right? So they hear the audio clear as day. Now it's no more, well, there's nothing to suggest foul play. Now it's, man, y'all, man, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, whenever you hear a black man do the, he's compromised.
Oh my God, that's crazy, man. I'm trying to catch up to where he's at because he's still alive. That's crazy. It's like
they had something, if there'd been foul play and something happened to Nolen.
At first it don't exist. There's nothing to suggest foul play. Now it's up for interpretation.
What doesn't make sense is why would they, if they had something, if there'd been foul play and something happened to Nolen or someone did something to Nolen on that boat, why would they be talking about it loudly while he's on the phone to a tow company?
Because they kids.
See, before we answer those questions, right? Can y'all at least first address the questions that we have? Why was these kids screaming, he's dead? Oh my God, Nolen, no. Can you first address that? Because you don't deny that. You acknowledge that's what was said. You acknowledge, I mean, it's up for interpretation. I mean, I heard it too. So before we address that, can you address what you just heard?
Man, that's clear as a
Don't
cover.
play into their games. And yo, I want for all of you guys to listen as well. Don't play into their games, bro. They're not looking for answers. They're looking for reasonable doubt. It's simple as that. They're not looking for answers. They're looking for reasonable doubt to put on their cape. That's all they're looking for. Because this man heard an audio. He admitted he heard the audio. He admitted that's what he heard. He admitted everything that we heard, he heard. But then at the end of hearing an audio where they're screaming, is he dead? Oh my God, Nolen, no. He says, well, I heard it, but why would they be doing this? Who knows why people do what they do? Go ask them. Don't ask us. Go ask them. Who knows why people do what they do? That's not for our interpretation. That's for them. Don't ask us.
Yeah, you're right. Don't ask us, but at the same time, I want y'all to hear the audio that the girl enhanced.
As
Facts.
these young, as I say, kids, but these young men were trying to get back to the shore, and the boat's taking on water. They're all trying to figure out what to do. Are they going to have to get off the boat? That's what all that chaos is. What we're told by people connected to the kids who are on that boat. The other thing is, this is after 4:30.
Look, watch this.
That chaos is what we're told by people connected to the kids who are on that boat.
Yo, listen, man. Yo, if you ever want to consider who is
concealing
if
things,
you ever want to consider who is who, narrative, when the greatest tap dances Black America has to offer, when they're coming online and they're saying,
wow. Oh my gracious. I'm trying to get to when he playing. Okay, let's see.
No. Do y'all know who this is right here? Listen, man. This brother ain't as bad as Officer Tatum, but this brother is a professional tap dancer.
I love Officer Tatum.
Do y'all know who this is? When you have a brother like this telling you something is wrong with this Nolen Wall situation, then you know we got a problem. This brother ain't never seen a bad thing a white man has done.
Wow.
This brother ain't never seen any good thing a Black person has done. This brother is one of them ones, bro. Listen, if you think you know a tap dancer, you haven't met Jordan Wells. Jordan Wells is a tap dancer if I ever seen one. So for Jordan Wells to be resharing this video right here, all right, where Austin, now I know who Austin is, man. Now shout out to Austin, bro. Austin is a Black Republican, but there's been times where Austin is on code, right? We've seen Austin about to put the beats on Jake Lang. So shout out to Austin. Everything else is solved. The crime and white supremacy and white nationalism is the greatest threat to Black America.
Damn, he can talk, boy.
So if you're easily offended as a Republican, get out. This video ain't for you. This is my problem with what I would call the performative Black conservative. People like Officer Tatum, especially when we talk about the Nolen Wells case. With some Black conservatives, it feels like every single problem in Black America gets reduced to Black people did it to themselves. No history, no context, no nuance. Here's what those type of Republicans refuse to acknowledge. There is a reason that some Black Americans wonder whether race played a role when you have a young Black man surrounded by white Americans and he ends up dead under circumstances people have questions about.
Listen, yo, the work that we've been doing, Chronicle Speaks, Kwame Brown, myself, man, who else have been on this, man? Oh my God, man. Rich by Design. The work we have been doing is so powerful and so potent. The consequences of what we've been doing, we now have we now got the professional tap dancers saying, I can no longer tap dance, man. This is vicious. When you got the tap dancers saying, I can't tap dance, man. I can't protect these white folks no more, man. This is how you know we're on the right path and these people are losing the narrative. Now, Bootlick and Tatum can do 1,000 different live streams, 1,000 different interviews. Freezy, yes, shout out to Freezy. Freezy is also doing some great work on this. Antonio Speaks is also doing some great work on this, man. Shout out to Antonio Speaks and Freezy. Yes.
Yes. You guys, I just woke up.
Yes. These brothers are doing a thing.
All right, let's go with I know exactly where this is at, so I want to go ahead and let y'all hear exactly what the female that they talking about, how she enhanced everything without using AI. She's a sound technician and everything. So let's check this out real quick.
Now, Janetta, because that's the audio engineer. She's been in the game for a long time. She is audio. No, it's coming. It's like,
yeah,
the truth to this. You a jet? Listen,
in traditional audio processing techniques rather than relying on any AI voice separation or AI enhancement. My goal was pretty much to preserve as much of the original recording as possible while making the quieter dialogue and background audio easier to hear. So I basically used techniques such as subtractive EQ, compression, gain adjustments, noise reduction, frequency isolation, and other traditional processing methods. So what I did was I separated Vicky, the C-toe dispatcher, from Warren and the audio originating from the boat so that I can concentrate more closely on what was happening behind and around Warren, pretty much on the boat. And I specifically chose not to rely on AI because aggressive AI enhancements and voice isolation tools can sometimes introduce artifacts and distort the speech or create ambiguity around the sounds that were originally present. And for something this serious, I wanted my processing to remain as conservative as possible. You'll also notice time code and dialogue written on the side of the screen and pop up during each segment. That dialogue represents what I personally hear as an audio engineer while processing and repeatedly reviewing these sections. I'm pretty much providing it as a listening reference, not as a declaration that my interpretation is the only possible interpretation.
Right.
And that's important. I want you to listen for yourself, use headphones if you have them, listen closely, and decide with your own ears what you believe is being said. You can also return to the original unprocessed recording and compare directly with what you're hearing here. You'll also notice that my time code may not match the regular timestamp on the original uploaded video. And that's because I'm working inside a professional post-production timeline, a digital audio workstation, basically using simply time code, which in film, that's displayed in hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. Film and TV timelines are completely different from timestamps that you see when you're watching regular videos or when you're watching a movie and you hit pause. So basically the time code on the screen is there to identify the precise location within my working session, not to represent the elapsed timestamp displayed by the original video player. And I hope that makes sense. For this first video, I'm sharing only approximately 37 seconds of the call. I originally intended to continue much further, but once I separated the dispatcher from the boat and started concentrating exclusively on the background dialogue, what I believed I was hearing became extremely difficult for me to process emotionally, and I needed to take a mental break. But I wanted to release this portion because some of the details that stood out most to me occurred very early in the call, like right at the top of the call. And so I'm gonna let the audio play, read my transcription if you want to reference, but don't allow it to determine what you hear. I want you to listen first, listen again, compare it with the original recording, and then judge it with your own ears. I hope this breakdown helps.
Okay, so let's get into the meat of what she found out. Now, the thing is, I do not know, Janetta. I do know that the way she breaks it down as a professional, one, you don't have to believe me. Listen with your own ears. Two, she broke down her methodical process over and over and over. All right. Three, she told us she doesn't trust AI. AI makes distortions. AI hallucinates. You cannot trust AI. But what's more, she does not need ChatGPT. She has ChatGPT me. Okay, well, ChatGPT her, right? She is a professional. She was doing this before AI was even invented. She just broke down her methodology. And this is my whole thing. I'm not saying that other people are wrong. I'm saying that I can trust an expert that breaks down their methodology. It's the way my mind works. That's why I do lives, because I want y'all to hear what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking, and my thought process, and then you make your own opinion. Okay? I think she's legit. I think this is the closest we're getting to the truth. I think we all still need to listen and decide for ourselves. And I think without any further ado, let's get into what she says, what she found by her mythology that she just broke down. And also, once we listen to this full, it's only 37 seconds. What she heard in the first 37 seconds was so traumatic. Let's make sure this woman does sound for a living. So I'm sure sound moves her the same way ice cream in my mouth moves me. She was born for it. She said it was too traumatic and overwhelming for what she heard.
Dang.
Let's listen to it. It's 37 seconds. Then I'll rewind and then we can start breaking it down again. Okay? Let's go. Sound up. Turn your volume all the way up if you can, because you're going to want this, all right? And if you have the screen, please pay attention to the screen, because I'm going to zoom this in a little bit more. There is a lot on the screen that I think we need to pay attention to, okay?
Okay. Let's okay. Okay, here
Okay.
she go.
All right, let's go.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the fuck up!
Okay, that could have been him. That could have been the guy on the phone saying, "Shut up, shut the." But somebody said, "Wake up." She put "wake up." Watch
Come,
this.
we have a membership.
My bad.
Shut the fuck
Get up.
up!
Get the F up.
Okay, now you heard it. We're going to rewind it, right? You heard.
To be honest, man, a lot of the words that they put up on the screen, I didn't hear a lot of the words. But again, I'm trying to explain to y'all, being a certified sound technician myself, when you upload a video to YouTube, you lose a lot of quality in the sound and different things to make the video in the audio upload faster, play real quick on people's cell phones and stuff like that. So you lose a lot of the quality, but then you have the upload that she did, the lady did. Then you got Tisha Tell done uploaded it because she planned it. And then y'all hearing it from my channel if you're watching from here. You know what I'm saying? So it's being chopped down more and more and more, where she's sitting there with headphones on with the clarity from day one. I mean, from what she's enhancing and what she's hearing. And she's taking what she heard and typing it into words, time stamping or whatever, so we just got to go by what she thinks she hears.
We are going to rewind it. Gary, because it feeds into what all of us has saying. Nolen. Oh my God. Nolen, wake up.
All right. She going over the.
Yeah.
Let me see how she gonna go over the.
Can you cover it up?
Okay, that's what she's saying that she said. Okay, here we go.
I hope this breakdown helps.
This is crazy.
Can you cover it up? Yeah, I thought all about that. You killed him. Is he really dead?
Oh.
Yeah. Is he dead? Yeah. Nolen. Oh my God. Nolen, wake up. Wyatt.
Hey, we're at the.
Wyatt then says, I'm speaking. And then you hear him say, hey, we're at the
west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
Get up.
Shut the fuck up.
Get the F up. Don't forget, she isolated and enhanced the speech so it sounds louder. And this isn't AI. This was an actual real human. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to rewind to her credentials, because I also want to you guys listen to a slowed down version. Hold on. Damn it. Bart. Remember the police also searched Bart's boat? They said there were 3 boats, but it was only, I believe, Warren's boat and Bart's boat. Okay? Nolen's really dead now. Also, the person that was yelling, Warren, I want Katie to come back into the room. I think we've let Katie off too easily. And the fact that the boys keep throwing Katie's name out of it, maybe somebody I believe is lying. I think Katie might be in it, but let's keep going. He's really dead now. Now, you guys, just go back and listen to her credentials really quick. We'll do one more run through. Again, you guys, she is an audio engineer, Janetta Brantley. This is from her Facebook. She is not on TikTok. She's a professional audio engineer of decades. She isolates and enhances portions of the 𝗕𝗗 dispatch call connected to the Nolen Wells case, okay? Once again, you guys, I am saying, please listen to this extracted audio and please draw your own conclusions. This is not.
Yeah, she definitely nailed that. Here we go.
As a professional audio engineer with experience in dialogue editing, dialogue cleanup, sound design, and post-production, I decided to work on that 𝗕𝗗 call using traditional audio processing techniques rather than relying on any AI voice separation or AI enhancement. My goal was pretty much to preserve as much of the original recording as possible while making the quieter dialogue and background audio easier to hear.
Yes.
So I basically used techniques such as subtractive EQ, compression, gain adjustments, noise reduction, frequency isolation, and other traditional processing methods. So what I did was I separated Vicky, the 𝗕𝗗 dispatcher, from Warren and the audio originating from the boat so that I can concentrate more closely on what was happening behind and around Warren, pretty much on the boat. And I specifically chose not to rely on AI because aggressive AI enhancements and voice isolation tools can sometimes introduce artifacts and distort the speech or create ambiguity around the sounds that were originally present. And for something this serious, I wanted my processing to remain as conservative as possible.
Okay.
You'll also notice time code and dialogue written on the side of the screen and pop up during each segment. That dialogue represents what I personally hear as an audio engineer while processing and repeatedly reviewing these sections. I'm pretty much providing it as a listening reference, not as a declaration that my interpretation is the only possible interpretation. And that's important. I want you to listen for yourself, use headphones if you have them, listen closely, and decide with your own ears what you believe is being said. You can also return to the original unprocessed recording and compare directly with what you're hearing here.
Okay, let's hear it one more time, man. I mean, she breaking.
Minutes, second, the time code, but difficult to me to determine what's am I.
Okay, you guys. So listen, while she was repeating her things, I took the liberty of taking that audio that you guys.
Okay, she gonna speed it up and slow it down. So let's see.
Down. Let me just put in the video. The it down.
Okay, here we go.
And you might hear it better too. So listen.
Watch
turn
this.
your volume up. This is important, y'all. Turn the volume up.
Turn the volume up.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the fuck up!
All right. That was the regular version. Now let's listen to the sped up version. I sped it up 2 times. I think you can hear things better when it's sped up, but listen to this.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the fuck up!
All right, we're gonna run it again. I sped it up and slowed it down for everybody's different minds.
No matter what, I can't hear all the stuff that they claim that's being said. I don't hear all that, so I'm just letting y'all know what I hear.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
When it's sped up, you can clearly hear him say, "Get up, get the F up." And you can clearly hear, "Damn it, Bart." You can clearly hear, like, "Oh, they killed the two." Who is Bart? I do not have a picture of Bart, but I will tell you who TMZ and the Mississippi police said Bart is. When the Coast Guards commenced the search for Nolen, and when they bought search dogs in, right, not cadaver dogs, but search dogs to search the boat. I'm sorry, it wasn't search dogs. When they raided the boats and they had a search warrant.
That's crazy, man. So they got audio that they have enhanced and all that good stuff. So, man, I know one thing. You can't tell me that somebody covering up something. They may not intentionally, they didn't mean to intentionally hurt the person or off the person. I'm trying not to use the word ill, but anyway, they may not have done it intentionally, but they covering up something. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out. Oh man, I didn't get back to my man. Man, let's go. I don't want to. Oh my gracious, should I keep going? Let's see what else come up. You gotta keep trying, baby. Keep trying, keep pushing. Don't ever stop pushing. Oh my God. Okay, this is. This proves that
Girl regularly dates boys in the same. Everybody. New update in the Nolen.
Okay.
New update in the Nolen Wells case. There is new update in the Nolen. New update in the Nolen.
This joint is it won't. It won't. Let's see something here. It won't stay. Right. Okay. Here we go. 2:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. Here we go, y'all. What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Check this out, man. Tisha Tales got a newer update on the audio and video proves boys change clothes at scene. Bart Jr. main person of interest. Oh man, Bart is the main person of interest. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check this bad boy.
New update in the Nolen Wells case. There is a lot to discuss. Let's get to the business. A lot has happened in 24 hours. We called it before that the alibis are crumbling. They are making up new lies, and they are making up new lies that don't even make sense in new time. The DA came out and threatened everybody, saying, y'all better stop for the sanctity of this investigation. However, Officer DeDango is getting exclusive after exclusive. There was new video and even more cleaned up audio released, okay? They are actively trying to change the narrative in real time. Thank God nothing makes sense. Let's get into this. There's new cleaned up audio, not the stuff I showed you the other day. Janetta, the audio engineer that cleaned up the file, she actually cleaned up the 5 more minutes. We're going to get into that. A new main suspect has emerged. His name is Bart Jr. We have all his tea and his information. And y'all, you know what? Walk with me. By the end of this, you might be thinking, because at the beginning, I was like, Warren, shut up, you liar. That's when Warren was doing this interview on Officer Django. And Trayvon, or whatever his name, baby, he is just lost. He is going to have an identity crisis in 5 to 7 years. But who cares? He can deal with his racial identity later. However, in the beginning, Warren was like, shut up, liar. You clearly did it. Because why you out here running PR? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? However, there is a gentleman, and I say gentleman because he is actually, I believe, 21 years of age. Remember when Warren was on the boat? I'm giving you guys the rundown. Then we're going to get into the new enhanced audio. This is new audio enhanced, legitimately not AI. It's not what I showed you guys yesterday. There's been an additional 5 more minutes. There's also been exclusive footage released. However, the footage pretty much proves that they're all lying. But let me tell you on why Bart. You're going to hear about him, and you need to know his back tea. Okay, Bart. Bart was 21 years old. Remember when, not Warren, I'm sorry, but Wyatt, when Wyatt was on the boat calling, and we heard Bart's name, and they asked him, is anybody over 21 on the boat? And he said, no, they're not. That was a lie. Bart was on the boat. Now, why is Bart so interesting? Because Bart was called in the messages, in the not DMs, but in the comment section of multiple things it was either Instagram or Facebook, saying that he's been in Wyoming for the past year. Now, that's interesting because your name is also on all the reports. Your boat was searched, and everybody heard you. Your name being thrown out in the audio. Again, this is new audio, verified, non-AI, not the first 30 something seconds that I showed you guys cleaned up. She went and cleaned up 5 more minutes. There's a lot in there. And you guys, once you hear this, yeah, they need to lock all of them up. But let me just get back to Bart. I felt in that interview that Warren was lying. And psychiatrists, psychotherapists have agreed that the lack of curiosity in Warren and Trayvon's interviews is very curious. Because even if your good friend did pass away, you don't even care how he went. You don't care how he drowned. You don't care anything. You're just like, yeah. And the only thing that stops curiosity is certainty. When you know what happened to him, you're not curious anymore. You just want this to go away. Again, in my opinion, Warren and Trayvon just look lost in the sauce, baby. He is just trying to audition to be his white ancestors' mascot. Like literally, he's just trying to prove he's down and not with the brown. But Warren, I was always like, you are a liar. You're lying. But here's the thing, y'all. Maybe the reason Warren's stepmama, Judge Ashley Cole, Warren's whole thing, maybe that's why they went to Officer Django and did this interview. Maybe why they jumped, because Warren maybe knows what happens, but he's not actually the person that caused anything. Who do I now think is the person that caused everything? Well, played a major role. I believe it is Bart. The person they kept saying, my buddy, the mystery person that they didn't want to reveal, the mystery person that said, oh, I've been in Wyoming for the last year, but yet your boat was searched, your name is on the video, and you're all over. The person that Wyatt, when he was on the 911 call, said there were no adults on board. You guys, it gets even more strange, but there's a lot. I don't want to ruin everything. There's a lot we have to go over to. First, let's look at the video that was released by Officer Django. These kids are so stupid. First of all, let me show y'all the video, and then let's ask what it's supposed to prove.
Just in case y'all need to know, man, the officer she talking about is Officer Tatum, but she don't want to say the name, and I agree with that. You know, that she don't like, a lot of people don't like him, and I know why they don't like him. But I think he makes a lot of great points. But here we go. Let's go. Let's continue.
And then let's look at the evidence, because they don't even have the same clothes on. So either this is from a different day, or you guys changed swim trunks. And ain't nobody doing this. You guys are not on a girls' trip to Bali. Nobody is changing their clothes mid-picture. So this is the proof. Once that audio was released, and once the audio was released, and once oh, I also have a flow chart on everybody that was on that boat and how powerful their parents are and their grandparents, and why this looks like to be like a good old boys thing, right? But the DA is saying we can't leak any information, but yet the people involved magically, when that audio from TMZ surfaced, the part that's at 30 seconds before, that everybody was wondering if it was real, because if it was real, why wouldn't TMZ wouldn't release it? Now all of a sudden they're coming out with all these alibis. Now all of a sudden they're feeding information. I believe that Warren is going so hard in the paint is because he knows what happened. But Wyatt and Bart are the ones that should really be worried. But let's get into this. Okay, first of all, this is the video. Ready? Right? Now, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Everybody involved. All right? Now, what they submitted this to Officer Django is to be certain that they took footage of their boat being towed, not by 𝐘𝐿, but by other people. Now, here's the thing, and let's break this down before we get into the obvious things that don't make sense about the clothes.
Who was this guy in the red, though? Who was that guy right there in the red? They almost showed him.
Let's look at this.
With
Let's
the
look
red
at
trunks.
this. Everybody involved. All right? Now, what they submitted this to Officer Django is to be certain that they took footage of their boat being towed, not by 𝐘𝐿, but by other people. Now, here's the thing, and let's break this down before we get into the obvious things that don't make sense about the clothes not matching. But let's talk about the obvious things. Going by what Wyatt's call actually said when he was calling 𝐘𝐿. If you zoom in right here, 1 second, y'all. Let me try to make this bigger. If you zoom in right here, you will see that that's supposed to be Warren on the phone making the call to 𝐘𝐿. However, right? Or somebody's on the phone making the call. This is supposed to be when the boat was towed. All right. Now, this makes me think that it was a lie that there's no cell service on Horn Island. Because over in the back, you see a bunch of boats. Y'all are literally very, very close to Horn Island off of the shallow end. How are you saying it didn't make sense to leave Wyatt with his phone because there's no service when you are on the phone talking to someone? Now, this is supposed to be footage of when the boat was being towed. So first of all, first lie, there is service off of Horn Island. And if Wyatt had been left with his phone, he probably could have gotten service. Okay, fine. Second thing, this is supposed to be, according to Officer Tatum, the video of when the call was being made and also when it was being assisted by a tow. Now, one would wonder, one, who are you on the phone with right now? Because you said cell phone service don't work. But two, if you are you're on the phone with 𝐘𝐿, how are you asking 𝐘𝐿 for help being towed when this is taken from the vantage point of the people that are supposed to be giving you the, what do we want to call it? The tow number 2. Let's not forget, at this time, he's on the phone. This is what this picture is supposed to prove. I'm not saying I believe it. Just telling you. He's on the phone with 𝐘𝐿. They're also being helped by a neighboring boat to be towed, right? Now, that rope is supposed to prove that they're going to throw it to the other boat and they're going to be towed. Why would you be on the phone with 𝐘𝐿 if you're already getting assistance? And why is your grandfather Jerry, because I believe this is Wyatt, why is your grandfather on the phone with the 𝗟𝗔𝗓𝗏 captain on an unrecorded line? He hit him on the private line for a tow when there's already somebody in front of you. Now, keep in mind, they are insisting that this video was taken from the vantage point of the boat, not 𝗟𝗔𝗓, but from another boat that is helping tow them. Now, they also said the boat was sinking. Not, oh, it was taking on water. Taking on water.
I would have loved to see this person with the red swim trunks on. I would have loved to see more footage of him. That person, I don't know. He just looks like a black person. Almost looked like he could have been Nolen. Since somebody's mentioned that everybody changed clothes, I don't know. I'm just going.
An emergency, but it's not sinking. We have to be very careful about the words that we use, and we're going to use the words they used. This boat does not appear to be sinking. Nobody appears to be panicking. The guy on the phone, if it is Wyatt, appears to be posing, right? Everybody is just standing around. What exactly they think this proves, I don't know. I really honestly don't know. I do know that every time new information comes out, they change their story to try to accommodate new information. We've all been there, right? Your mom asked you, did you eat the cookies? I did not eat the cookies. Did you eat the chocolate chip cookies? I did not eat the chocolate chip cookies.
With crumbs all over your
You
lips.
haven't eaten anything all day. No. So why you got chocolate right here? If you didn't eat the chocolate chip cookies. No, you don't understand. I ate some chocolate ice cream, but you said you ain't eat anything all day. No, I thought you meant that I eat any chocolate chip cookies. No, this is chocolate from chocolate ice cream. And your mom is literally looking at you like, go get my belt. Like, shut up. Shut up and stop with the dumb lies. This is what these people are doing. Again, this is supposed to be from the vantage point of the people that are towing them. Why are you on the phone? I thought there was no service. Also, for you to be able to call 𝗟𝗓𝗏 from Horn Island, I thought there was no service on Horn Island. I thought nobody could use their phones, but it gets more, right? So look at everybody on the boat, right? Some of these boys need to get into the gym. They have very ballet body builds, if you will. I would think in the Mississippi Bayou, y'all out there wrestling, I don't know, alligators, I don't know. Like, what's going on? But it's like very ballet body builds. I see them.
They do look a little wimpy.
You know what? That's besides the point. Let's keep going. Also, this is as dark as the Mississippi, but you know what? It don't matter. It don't matter. Anyway, it's very ballet body builds. I would just say, I thought they were more active,
They do
Southern,
look a little.
I'm not from the South, obviously, but I thought them Southern boys was just more active. But you know what? Let's keep going, right? Let's keep going. Okay, so here's the thing. Now, mind you, they only show this clip.
Yeah.
It's a 22-second clip. And this is a clip that's supposed to line up. It's supposed to line up with that 30-second clip from the beginning of the 911 call. If you got all this evidence, why don't you show us the whole video? Also, who the hell is taking a video spanning the whole boat while you getting towed? Like, have you ever gotten a flat tire and took out your phone and you start taping everything and everybody? It seems like a setup. And also, sir, we are familiar with your game. I don't want to hear the 20-second. If you have a video, give us the full video. Because
That's true, man. That could be a reenactment. You got lawyers and judges. We're going to film this and everything and keep it on your phone for a little while, upload it later, something like that.
Why are you just cutting it off right there? But let's get into more that makes it particularly egregious, shall we say? All right. They're going around ballet body builds everywhere. Okay.
That looked like a black person. I mean, I'm not calling no race or anything, but the dude in the red, I'm trying to see his hairstyle.
Egregious, shall we say? All right.
That looked like a dude. That looked like a black person, man. And Maybe they gonna say.
They're
Maybe she
going
gonna say something.
around, ballet body built everywhere. Okay. Right? So here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Now, these are the photos. I took screenshots because I think this is very important. First of all, these are the first 22 seconds. The first 22 seconds of that call had people calling. Oh my God, what's going on? Get up. Ba, 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 ba. Whatever you think was said, there was commotion. If you see this video that they're showing of the first part of the call, nobody's saying anything. This girl's looking down. The boys are just looking around. The guy on the thing is talking on the phone. Nobody is panicking or making a commotion. They look like they are just chilling, which leads me to believe, okay, something's not adding up. But I go back into it being an alibi call. Y'all know from the beginning, I said, I know what an alibi call looks like when I saw it, when I hear it. The grandfather called the captain on an unrecorded line. I believe that Wyatt called in to just have proof that it happened. The same thing as it's so odd that you have this video and you're only giving us that 22 seconds to explain what was happening, but there's no noise. It doesn't look like anybody's panicking. It doesn't look like anybody's even talking to each other, right? And somehow this video also proves what your original lie was. But let's actually get into this because I live on planet Earth and I have questions. This was not a girl's trip to Bali. They did not do costume changes for Horn Island. Look at these. Look at this. Right now, you see somebody with navy shorts right there, right? But you see the length of his hair. Okay, you see the other guy, and now it's. Who's this? Warren, Wyatt, and somebody else. I don't know, right? We'll get to those names later. But you see 3 people and Nolen, okay? We know what Nolen's trunks look like because we saw pictures of Nolen. You see another man with navy swim trunks, so maybe white underneath, or maybe that's part of the swim trunk. I don't know. We also see somebody with a pattern with red in it, short blonde hair. We also see somebody with the orange and white swim trunks, some type of pattern that looks like it's orange, tan, something. All right, right there. Let's go back to these pictures. Do you guys see anybody that matches this description? Now, I do know that there's a gentleman right there with navy swim trunks. However, his hair is much shorter than what we see here. Could be the same person, could not. Is that Warren right there? I don't know. The whole point of the matter is, outside of that, do you see?
Wait a minute. First of all, this picture right here, I always thought that this picture is like a whole different year. I think this is a completely different photo. This not even don't have nothing to do with 4th of July. That could be a possibility. Everybody just using that picture because this was the picture. Well, then again, because Nolen has on the same shorts. Well, them his swim trunks, so he put them on every time he go swimming. Who knows? I mean, I'm just telling you, letting you know other ways you could be looking at this.
See here, could be the same person, could not. Is that Warren right there? I don't know. The whole point of the matter is, outside of that, do you see anybody else that was supposed to be on this boat? That is, I do not. But
Tisha has a better job than the lawyers.
Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I see one person with navy swim trunks. That could be it. But the person in navy swim trunks does not have the same hair length as the man that was pictured with Nolen. There are Warren, Wyatt, and some other guy. I'll get to his name later. The whole point of the matter is these were the people that gave their testimony on Warren left. So how are you showing us a video about what happened on Wyatt's boat when the people that you say was on Wyatt's boat aren't even wearing the same clothes? You are either A, right? And also, let's also count the people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, okay, the amount of people does kind of line up, 6 or 7 people. But for that to be while Wyatt was on the phone, Nobody was panicking. Nobody was talking. Where's this thing coming up from what happened in the 911 call? Again, y'all guys know me. I think was an alibi. And I think as more information comes out, they are scrambling. And I said it when this first came out. This is the.
I don't see a boat coming up to them shooting that video while they on the phone calling for help in Coast Guard and stuff. They'll be yelling out to the person that's shooting the video saying, can you help us because our boat is going down, you know? And I don't think the boat was sinking as fast as they claim it was or something on the panicking side. That's crazy, man. This is crazy.
When you have alibis, when you're trying to cover something up, everybody has to be on it. They never expected that the dispatcher on the recorded line will call the captain or the owner of 𝗓𝗗 on another line and link it up together. And they never expected him to be like, well, I just got off the phone with his granddaddy. They never expected that, because if we did not have that, they would have gotten away with it. But now they're trying to explain things. What did they change clothes? Who was on that ship? Because everybody you said that was on that boat, ship, whatever you want to call it, was not there. But you guys, there's more, okay? And I need you guys to, again, where is it? I see 2 girls. I see one guy who may be with the navy blue swim trunks, but he doesn't even have the same hair length. And I doubt he tucked his hair under his hat, okay? Nobody else is matching up. Even this one kid, I looked and I'm like, okay, well, his swim trunks kind of look patterned. Maybe that's there, but he has a necklace and he has a hat on, and his hair, maybe it's the same length. But when you look at the other picture, the necklace and the hat is gone. And I'm talking about the picture when they're actually sitting with Nolen. I am beginning to think that the reason like Warren is coming out so strong and being like, look, here's what happened is, I believe Warren knows what happens. I no longer believe that Warren was the main perpetrator. I do believe Warren and Trayvon are keeping quiet, because Trayvon did in an interview where he said, what did he say? We might not get along, but one thing I know is Ocean Springs. Go and look out for Ocean Springs. Trayvon also said some other dumb shit. Just allow me to think, because this boy, God, he's.
Hold up. Somebody said, what's the factored? Oh, I hit pause. It's still running. Okay, wait a minute. She said, I called the MS tip hotline just now. They have lots of calls about the video. It's been investigating. Refused to give names and or operator number. She laughed and hung up. God damn, so they laughing and everything.
So lost. He also said that to Black people, I was supposed to be one of y'all. Y'all ain't looking out for me, dummy. And he was like, my Black side never showed up for me, but my white side, honestly, they had my back. Okay, so fine. First of all, Trayvon is giving you have a white mother. The culture wasn't passed through the womb. Second of all, nothing wrong with that, but Trayvon is given what is given. Second of all, you was raised by your white side, so I guess they told you the way Black people operate. Fool, what are you talking about? Y'all have my back. What do we need to have your back for? Are you dead? Are you a suspect? Are you lying? Where would you like us to assist you? Again, all skin folk might not be kinfolk, but Trayvon, while you talking trash about Black people, could you please where would you like us to assist you? What exactly is your emergency? What do you need help with? We are focusing on the dead boy that you said that you was best friends with, that you sitting there calling his mama a liar because the mama was like, I don't know you. That you literally are, and you were raised by your white family to have your back. And I guess they educated you on how Black people operate. And we're just sitting there saying, but what is your emergency? How would you like us to assist you? What do you need us to support you on? I am very confused. Like, you got to stop listening to those people in Ocean Springs about what Black people do and how we operate. We're telling you, tell us what you need, and we'll see what we can do. But right now, Trayvon. And then he talking about sounding like the Klan. We might not get along together, but one thing for certain, Ocean Springs is always going to have Ocean Springs back. And this is on Officer Tatum's show. And I said, not you doing a Klan rally call
Oh my
and letting
God.
us know that at the end of the MFN day,
Mm.
nobody cares about what happened to Nolen. And at the end of the day, Ocean Springs is going to protect Ocean Springs, because I had no idea. A mother trying to find out what, when, who, why, where, and how her son died was literally going up against Ocean Spring. I didn't know that was going against Ocean Spring. I guess when somebody tells you your son drowned, you're just supposed to cry, right? Go to the funeral that, by the way, hardly anybody attended. They didn't attend. And then go about your business. Again, that interview with Officer Tatum was a dumb thing, but the only thing it leads me to believe is Trayvon, if that's his name, and Warren know more than they're saying, but they weren't directly involved in what happened, which is why they are trying to clear their name. And it is very interesting that in that interview, they kept saying, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Bart's name slipped out. Now, why is that important? Because Bart was one of the people that drove a boat. I believe Bart actually has a boat. But interesting enough, when Warren told his story, and even in Wyatt's story with the boat, this is them, by the way, this is them panicking, by the way. What is this? What is this fake? Even the way he's sitting there holding the wheel. This is fake. This is fake. That's fake. I see no panic. I see nobody talking to each other. Where's all this noise coming from? Where's the person that's telling them, shut down?
Or shut the F. Yeah.
Remember all that?
Yeah.
Where is it? I don't see none of that. But I do find it that Bart is also now listed on the report as being on Wyatt's boat while it was sinking. And Bart's boat was searched. And Bart was officially listed in the Coast Guard's report. And Bart was telling everybody that he's been in Wyoming for a year, which may or may not be true, but you damn sure came down to Horn Island on July 4th, but you were doing your best to distance yourself. You guys, Bart, I believe, is our new person of interest, and Wyatt. See, Warren came out wrong and strong and being callous and the absence of curiosity, but I believe this because you know exactly how Nolen died and you have no questions, no curiosity. You know how he died. Also, there are things coming out from TMZ, which seems like they're kind of trying to float that it was maybe an accidental OD or something, because now everybody's talking about how drunk Nolen was. But if Nolen was really that drunk, why would you leave him? If he was really that drunk that everybody was concerned, why would you leave him? Now, I know what y'all saying. Oh, my God. Well, not y'all, but I know what the people. Oh, my God, he's a grown man. No, 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 no. See, when you are a captain and you provide sea voyage to people out there, you have a responsibility to make sure all your passengers get away back. It is maritime law. It's illegal to abandon customers. If you're saying he was so pissy drunk that you guys are worried, why would you leave him? On top of that, it is coming out to be more and more evident, and I think they're trying to hide the fact that Nolen did not come out on the same boat that Warren did. And if Nolen did not come out on the same boat, if Nolen did not come out on the same boat that Warren did, then basically everything Warren is telling us is third-party information and lies that can't be believed. How the F do you know what Nolen was doing? You weren't there. How do you know how he was acting on the boat going up? How do you know if he denied anything? Everything, since you were not on the same boat going down with them, and you're now saying you were not on the same boat coming back. And you keep saying some friends, but 3 boats left out from the dock on video footage you won't show us, then you know what friend's boat he was on. But everything you've told us about Warren, the way he was acting, what he was doing, that's all third party. It's all hearsay. It can't be verified at all. Let's also not forget that in the GPS coordinates actually docked, I think in Bart's backyard, which also, remember that 4th of, hold on, we're about to get into the audio, but I just want to run through it. Remember that 4th of July picture where people are like, they were in the pool and nobody knew
Right.
whether they were in the pool or whether that was in 4th of July or whether that was a different day. Then they said it's not 4th of July because it was a party at Ava's house, and the Ava's party happened on the 27th. If you look at that picture, and if you look at the GPS, I'm going to try to put this in a different video so you guys can see the receipts. You look at the GPS for Bart's house. Bart's house was one of the houses that showed up in the GPS search. But if you look at like the Google Maps view, they have a basketball hoop in their pool the same way as that picture from the pool with Nolen. And if they all came back and docked at Bart's place, Bart's an adult, remember? Wyatt on the phone lied and said that Warren, I'm sorry, God, these names. Warren said in the interview, right? And Wyatt's GPS shows that they all docked at Bart's house because it was a huge house with a pool, with a basketball net. The pool looks like the same pool from that 4th of July party, but hear me out. They all docked there. So if they all docked there and all this stuff happened, it puts Bart's name in the front and center. You were an adult. People docked at your house. You guys came. 2 boats came. Where was the 3rd boat? How did people leave Nolen on an island by himself? Nolen would, anyway, let me just keep going, all right? Because there's more, but let me just keep going. Okay. So this is the pool. Again, this guy looks like the swim trunks are navy with white, with a white trim, not like he's wearing shorts underneath. So it looks like he's wearing navy and white swim trunks. Nobody in this picture looks like they were on that boat that was being towed at all. And again, you can get cell phone service. They proved it because they were on their phones in the boat. Oh, that's what I meant to tell you guys. Also, there's one boater. I'm going to put this in a separate, because it was too much trouble assembling all of it into a slideshow. Y'all know I'm technologically. If you go to Boat Reddit, somebody put in the coordinates of the GPS where he said that he was in Horn Island, and Wyatt had said on the phone that they were in like 31, 32 feet water, or Warren had said that, like, you know, like whatever. However, when they put in the GPS coordinates that the guy had given 𝗓𝗏, it was in very, very shallow water. People are saying they gave the GPS coordinates to Bart's boat, not to Wyatt's boat. Again, I always thought that the GPS coordinate thing was actually really, 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 really weird. And they didn't have that, especially if he's looking right at the boat. The boat has a thing that has the GPS coordinates at all time. It's a safety measure. So for him to be like, hold on. Yeah, you're texting someone being like, fool, send me your GPS location. But let's keep going, all right? All right. So now we have the thing that none of the clothes match. Again, there was one boy with navy shorts, but this one has navy intent. Nobody else's stuff matches, okay? We see 2 girls. Again, here we go. The navy shorts right there. Do y'all see a white stripe? I don't. All right. So nobody's clothes match at all. And also, I do want to point out, like I said, this boy in the navy thing, his hair is much, much shorter. Okay, so now we see that. But we do see 2 girls, and we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We see 7 people. There's 2 girls, and it looks like there's 5 men. They are claiming this is the exact moment that they were on the phone with 𝗓𝗏, even though they were giving assistance and throwing the rope so the other people could tow them. Very, very odd. Also, when they were towed, hear me out. The grandfather was on the other end talking to the captain on a private, unrecorded line because it was his main cell phone, saying, yo, you don't got to go out there, right? You're on the phone with 𝗓𝗏 right now, according to Officer Django's posting. Okay, great. If they were throwing the rope and if they were trying to see if other people could help them, again, they said they were sinking. This doesn't look like the boat is sinking at all. It doesn't even look like there is water on the deck. They said they were sinking. When you tell somebody you are sinking, that means the boat is literally going underwater, unsunk, right? I don't see any water on the deck. I don't see any signs of panic. But interesting enough, how come they never called 𝗓𝗏 back and said, never mind, we just got towed? Because let's not forget, they called for a tow. And when the 𝗓𝗏 comes out, they actually take the time to go out there. So if you knew that another ship was being sent to unsink you, and sinking means you're underwater, not taking on water, but it means you're underwater. Why did Wyatt never call back and say, never mind, we're done? That's like you calling AAA for a tire change, and then somebody stops and helps you change the tire. I remember I got a flat tire. You know, they don't make them like they used to. I got a flat tire, and it was so cold. It was cold, right? So cold. And I got a flat tire, and I called AAA, and I called my daddy. And my daddy came out there, got there first, of course, with no gloves on. And he was struggling, and he literally changed my whole tire. And because I was so cold, he told me to go in and sit in the car and turn the heat on. And I remember sitting in the car with the heat on blast. It was so cold outside. While the cars, like, you know, you hear the car being jacked up, the car's being jacked up. I hear my dad fumbling. I hear all, because, you know, his hands are frozen. He didn't have any gloves and all this stuff. And he changed that tire. And, you know, shout out to my daddy, right? He always comes through no matter what. And I just remember. But anyway, here's my whole point. I even remembered, and my dad reminded me, yo, make sure you call AAA and tell them never mind. I find it odd that they didn't call, Wyatt didn't call the tow truck and tell them to go back in. Tell them never mind, especially when you would just call them. Little things that don't make sense. It's almost like Wyatt knew that his grandfather had called them already while he was on the phone with them and told them not to come. It's almost like it was an alibi. The point wasn't to get help. The point wasn't to get the help. The point was to have something on recording, just like the point here is to have a video on recording. But let's keep going.
Before I play.
Oh, so let me turn my volume up. Is my volume working? Hold on. So anyway, so y'all remember from yesterday, Janetta, I think her name is Janetta Brown. She's on Facebook. She is the one that actually cleaned up the audio. Now, she's going to give her methodology again. I think it's important that you guys hear her methodology if you're hearing this for the first time, because first she did the first 37 seconds that TMZ hid from everybody. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And now she actually cleaned up 5 minutes and 7 seconds of it. She only did 5 minutes and 7 seconds because it takes a long time to actually do it. And she's going to explain her methodology because she doesn't use AI. She doesn't use shortcuts. She doesn't do anything. She is old school. Before there was ChatGPT, there was ChatGPT me, there was ChatGPT Jeanette, where she knows what she's doing. She didn't do anything but take out the voice of the CETO person. She took out the background music, and then she enhanced and pumped up the audio for everything that was going on in the background. She did not change. She did not use AI. She didn't do anything. So we're listening to the brand new audio, not the audio that was over the weekend and not the audio that I presented yesterday. This is brand new audio, and it's 5 minutes. Listen to what's saying. Bart's name is thrown up and down there. Why are you on somebody else's boat? Why? Your boat wasn't the boat that towed them, according to Wyatt and according to Warren. So why are you on that boat? And more importantly, who was driving your boat? Anyway, right? Listen to her methodology. It only takes like 30 seconds. And then we're going to get into the 5 minutes so you guys can do that. All right. Yeah. So Shay Buzz. Yes. They did call Jerry before CETO, because how did Jerry know at the exact moment? And why would Jerry tell them they don't need help while they're on the phone screaming they need help while they're being recorded by another boat that they're throwing a rope over to get towed? None of it makes sense except the fact that they were trying to establish an alibi. They were trying to establish an alibi, and I believe they were trying to establish an alibi via the timeline. But keep in mind when I say via the timeline, right? As much as they're trying to cover up stuff, I think the one thing that we can be certain of when we're looking at Nolen's, my opinion, when we're looking at Nolen's estimated time of passing, I believe it happened sometime between 4 and 4:30. Because through all of the nonsensical alibis, through all the excuses, through all the interviews, through everything with the police and the judge and the bread and the baker and the candlestick maker, through all that mess, the one thread that is consistent, the one thread that they are begging us to believe, the one thread that they are literally going to town over is the fact that they were not on her island, near her island, and they were in emergency between 4 and 4:30. That's what all of this, all this hoopla, the officer Tatum, the everything, the timeline, even what the judge Warren's stepmama put out. It's all to convince us that they couldn't have been anywhere near anything between 4 and 4:30 p.m., which makes me think that whatever went down happened sometime around 4 or 4:30 p.m. All right, so let's listen to her methodology really quick because it's important. I trust sources. Also, y'all, TMZ, I've said it before. I learned this through the Diddy trial. Hi, my name is Tisa. If you guys don't know me, I risked my life to cover the Diddy trial. No,
Yeah, she
mercenaries. So
sure
one thing I
did.
do know is you never trust a mercenary because they might be working for you today, but baby, somebody might have paid them triple a month from now to go after you. They have no loyalty. Their duty is to making money. Anyway, Bees 590 said, Tisa, what precinct does Officer Django work for? Yo, I don't know. But Officer Django, I'm not even promoting his channel. Y'all know his favorite line is, if you go, y'all can go to his channel, but this is what his channel, Black teens caught being ghetto mess. Please put them in their place. That's one. That's like a title. Black people mad and acting crazy because they don't want to hear the truth about Nolen Wells. Another favorite. Ghetto black hood rat mom learns the meaning of respect. This is literally if y'all go to his channel, y'all be like, damn, Tisa wasn't even exaggerating. Black woman with 11 kids finally learns the meaning of respect. And it's a picture of, it's a video of a black woman being brutalized and racially profiled. But of course, ghetto hood rat mess finally gets put in her place. It's literally voyeurism for white people that love, I would assume white and maybe non-black people, right? Because you got, right? It's literally, to me, voyeurism for people that hate black people, and you're enjoying their pain, you're enjoying their suffering, you're enjoying seeing a woman stomped in the head by police officers. Ma'am, put your things. And then it's always the black people's fault. So at the end of the day, he has gotten 4 million followers from repeating the most vile, racist, anti-black stuff, but he says it out of a black face. So, those people can be like, see, even their own kind. But his whole channel is antagonizing, disrespecting, mocking, and humiliating black people. So no, I'm not going to. But that's his stuff. Ghetto black mess, ghetto black mom, ghetto black woman with loud mouth finally put in her place. All right, man. All right, right? Oh my God, Big Crumb. What's up, mama? Big Crumbs, thank you for gifting 5 Tisa Tells memberships. Hold on, y'all. I be running my mouth, so I'm back. Okay, sorry, my thing was going out. But that's his content. If you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. I doubt you'd be watching my channel if you're into it, but takes all types. All right. So let's listen to our methodology. Then we are going to get into the new cleaned up recordings that have been expanded past the 40 seconds and expanded all the way to 5 minutes. It is very shocking. I guarantee you have not heard it over the weekend and you did not hear it yesterday. This is new breaking. Okay, let's keep going.
I'll quickly explain what I did, what you're looking at on the screen, and why I chose to approach this audio the way that I did. As a professional audio engineer with experience in dialogue editing, dialogue cleanup, sound design, and post-production, I decided to work on that C-toe call using traditional audio processing techniques rather than relying on any AI voice separation or AI enhancement. My goal was pretty much to preserve as much of the original recording as possible while making the quieter dialogue and background audio easier to hear. So I basically used techniques such as subtractive EQ, compression, gain adjustments, noise reduction, frequency isolation, and other traditional processing methods.
Yeah.
So what I did was I separated Vicky, the C-tow dispatcher, from Warren and the audio originating from the boat so that I can concentrate more closely on what was happening behind and around Warren, pretty much on the boat. And I specifically chose not to rely on AI because aggressive AI enhancements and voice isolation tools can sometimes introduce artifacts and distort the speech or create ambiguity around the sounds that were originally present. And for something this serious, I wanted my processing to remain as conservative as possible. You'll also notice time code and dialogue written on the side of the screen and pop up during each segment. That dialogue represents what I personally hear as an audio engineer while processing and repeatedly reviewing these sections. I'm pretty much providing it as a listening reference, not as a declaration that my interpretation is the only possible interpretation. And that's important. I want you to listen for yourself, use headphones if you have them, listen closely, and decide with your own ears what you believe is being said. You can also return to the original unprocessed recording and compare directly with what you're hearing here. You'll also notice that my time code may not match the regular timestamp on the original uploaded video. And that's because I'm working inside a professional post-production timeline, a digital audio workstation, basically using SMPTE time code, which in film, that's displayed in hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. Film and TV timelines are completely different from timestamps that you see when you're watching regular videos or when you're watching a movie and you hit pause. So basically the time code on the screen is there to identify the precise location within my working session, not to represent the elapsed timestamp displayed by the original video player. And I hope that makes sense. For this first video, I'm sharing only approximately 37 seconds.
Okay, ignore this part because she gave her methodology and she only did 37 seconds. She said that it was too much for her to do because it was very heavy in her heart what she heard. I'll let you listen. And she said she'll do the other part later. We now have the other part that she did later. Okay, so
seconds of the call. I originally intended to continue much further, but once I separated the dispatcher from the boat and started concentrating exclusively on the background dialogue, what I believed I was hearing became extremely difficult.
Yeah, she talked a whole lot. Yeah, I'm gonna skip a little bit.
Through TMZ, through Officer Tatum, through everybody else, keep in mind that not one person, not Bart, not Wyatt, not Warren, not one of these people, and also there's another person that I keep forgetting his name, but whatever. Not one of these people have disputed the validity of this recording. They keep saying, oh, well, we were panicking, but they are not disputing that the sounds we're hearing are actual sounds. Okay, let's keep going. Now, this is the full, not full, but it's 5 minutes now. Turn your volume up. And if you guys want, I can replay it, but turn your volume up, okay? Starting from the beginning. Now, pause. Just to pose that with the video they showed us when they were on the line calling and all this panic and all this emotion. Did you see that from the beginning, that the video that I showed in the beginning?
Two different
videos. Did you
videos.
see anything that reflects that these sounds were coming from the same humans? I apologize for interrupting. Let's keep going.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the fuck up!
Damn it, Bart. I know you guys heard that. Bart, what were you doing on their boat being towed out when your boat was still there? What was doing? Why were you on the boat? Why was anybody saying, damn it, Bart? I apologize. Hold on. I'll keep going.
What'd you say? Hey. It's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down there. I don't know the phone number. It's either I think it's try that. Everybody was on this first. I know we have a membership like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off.
Somebody else for Warren. So we know Warren's on the boat. We know Bart's on the boat.
Reach me at 2.
They bleep out the phone number because it's.
What?
This Todd dude, God, they keep putting up all these hearts with TMZ on it.
Yeah, everybody's off the way.
The TMZ promoter.
What?
Right there, it sounded like somebody yelled Nolen.
Wyatt.
Now it's Wyatt.
We do not need that.
Sounds like he said check his chest or check his pulse, in my opinion.
Let me go look.
Will.
North. All right, are you ready? North 3 degrees. By 46.72. Sorry, look. What do I need to send you? Yeah, what? No, we do not have to be here for India.
I don't think Tisha sees all them hearts over and over again. TMZ.
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79. Yes, we were at Horn Island. Yes. If we were sinking, yes. Oh, we're not aground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water. I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes. You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou launch.
I think that's Bart's place.
No, there's no children.
Now, this part is important, okay, as we come up. Let me just do a quick intermission because this part's actually important. I'll do a complete replay in a second where I'm just not talking at all, but I need to say this before I forget. On the original call, remember how they got in this passive-aggressive thing? Because she was like, are there any adults on board? And he acted like he didn't hear her. Like, huh? Then she was like, are there? And she's like, no, there's no. And she was like, are there any humans on board? And he was like, huh? And she was like, are there? He's like, no, there's no children. He did not want to say that there was nobody 21 or over on the boat. Bart is 21. Again, why are you trying to cover up the fact that Bart's on the boat? We already heard Bart's name. We heard them yelling at Bart. Also, somebody said, Maddie J said, they testified that they left Nolen on the island and others saw Nolen after they left. You're not making any sense. I will say this. I don't know who you're talking to, Maddie J. I assume you're not talking to me. But even if you are, let's have discourse, right? They testified they left Nolen on the island and they did not hear about Nolen since. Then, now that new information has come out, now Warren's saying, oh, well, no, I know 2 people that saw him on the island at 6 p.m. They are just making up stuff. Who are these 2 people? Do they have any proof? What are you talking about? And how out of having 300 or 400 people on the island can only 2 people notice the only black boy that was on the island? Because Trayvon, I don't even know if he considers himself black. You know that interview also, it's the last thing before we get back to the interview. You know, another thing too, that Trayvon, I said, this boy is in for a rude awakening. I don't wish that on him, but I just know the way the world works. You know, he had the nerve to say, you know, And a lot of people calling Nolen black, but they didn't know that he was a quarter Asian. They didn't know he was mixed. I said, if you don't get the hell out of here, that whole Kim Kardashian Northwest argument. My pet peeve is when people are like, there's a difference between light skin and being mixed, right? Light skin means you got 4 black grandparents. Being mixed means one of your parents is culturally and phenotypically white, right? But it really grinds my gear. Well, you will see people that clearly present as one race. And you're just like, oh no, they're biracial. Warren looked like a black boy. Yes, and we sat down and we said, who are your roots? We'll be like, okay, Nolen's mom is Filipino. But when Nolen is walking down the street, Nolen presents as black. But Trayvon wanted us to know Warren wasn't even black. He was mixed. He was biracial. He was Asian. So why is everybody saying it's about race and it's about black and white? I said, oh, you are in for a rude awakening. A rude, like, it's actually very, very sad. But anyway, let's keep going with this. So at the point, whenever there is silence, that's when it's muted. But I want you guys to pay attention really, really close from this point on, because this is the part where he's being cagey about any adults on the boat. And he does not want to say that Bart is on the boat because Bart is 21. He is an adult by every aspect, whether you want to drink or go to war.
Talk to him.
Drop it off. Try to jump in and pull the plug while you're going. Take out of here. Take out of here. Hello. Take it out of here. Okay, what's going on? What's up? There is 0 adults on board.
Did you hear that? Because she kept pressing him. Sir, how many adults are aboard? He was completely ignoring her. Then he jumped out. Okay, what's going on? What's up? There are 0 adults on board. Everybody knows that Bart's 21. He is definitely over 18. Interesting. Let's keep going.
No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
Did you hear that? Again, baby. Nobody here is over the age of 21. She didn't ask her. She said, is anybody on board 21 or over? But you see how he keeps trying to leave something open so Bart can't be implicated? Bart is an adult, and Bart is 21. No. Okay, what's going on? What's up? No, there's no adults. Nobody here is over the age of 21. Okay. The lies. Now, there's a lot of commotion going on in the background. The silence you're hearing is the CTO girl, like, being like, what is going on here? Like, is this being run by, like, Stuart Little, like mice? Like, what is going on? Are these, like, 2-year-olds that stole their mama's boat? But the whole point is, at this point, you also hear a lot of dead silence, because by this time, Wyatt has enough brains to start muting the call.
Hello? Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
Did you hear that? It sounded like somebody said, oh, they're dead. And he said, hello? Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat. That's a very odd thing to say for somebody you need a tow from, unless it's a fake call and you don't need a tow and you're just annoyed.
Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we have life jackets available. A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
Okay,
I can't make
so
out
this is
anything.
Brett. Really quick, because I feel you guys, I'm gonna rewind it and I'm not gonna say a word. Sorry, really quick. I'm gonna rewind it and I'm not gonna say a word so you guys can listen to it on peace, okay? Because I don't want to plant ideas in your head. Let's listen to this whole tape again, completely rewound,
First, listen again,
without my interjections, okay?
compare it with the original recording, and then judge it with your own ears.
Hold on, let's get.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut the fuck up! What'd you say? Hey. It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now. I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. Reach me at 2. What? Yeah, everybody's off the way. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look. Will, North. All right, are you ready? North 3 degrees by 46.72. Sorry, look. What do I need to send you? Yeah, what?
Yeah, what? Yeah, what? What?
No, we do not have the VHF radio. Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79. Yes, we are at Horn Island. Yes. If we were sinking, yes. Oh, we're not aground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
How you know that?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes. You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou launch.
I think that's Bart's place.
No, there's no children.
But she asked whether there was adults on board.
Try to jump in and pull the plug while you're going.
So phony.
Hello. Okay, what's going on? What's up? There's 0 adults on board. No. Nobody here is over the age of 21.
That was a lie.
What's that got to do with anything?
Hello?
For real.
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
1, 2.
Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we have life jackets available. A Triton, 22-foot offshore 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
Okay, now let's go into the second part of this presentation. You guys are welcome. You got to listen to the audio without me interrupting. You guys feel good? I'm just joking. It's all love. All right. You guys ask. I will, if you ask nicely, I'm happy to accommodate, right? But y'all know I get the yaps. So let's get into this, right? I specifically heard them say somebody named Will. I have a flow chart that breaks down everybody that's supposed to be on the boat. I do not see somebody named Will. Now, there has been interesting theories that have been set forth, meaning that, and hear me out, TMZ is starting to release stories that seem like, to me, from someone that reads a bunch of PR, a bunch of spin. You guys cannot agree with my assessment. You cannot agree with the way I view things. But one thing that anybody who watches my channel knows, baby, I am very good at recognizing spin. Very, very good. And I'm very good at recognizing PR stuff launches. I think that's how my channel's grown so much. Mark my words. TMZ is already starting, now that this audio's come out, to float stuff saying, hey, you know, everybody said Nolen was so drunk, unbelievably drunk. Really? Now Nolen was a town drunk, walking around. And it makes me feel like they are now going to try to soft launch some type of OD story. Some type of accidental OD, maybe OD with alcohol, but something with the toxicology reports. I think that's what they're going to try to launch. And I think they're going to use that as an excuse. Hold on, I have reasons why I think this. I think they're going to use that as an...
All right, that's enough. I got to get ready for tonight. Man, that is incredible. I'm on this live stream because we're going to start kicking back off the live channel, but I can't get it to do with the OBS, so I got to do some work on that. And so I'm just checking out some things for right now. So I'm going to sign off for all this stuff. Oh my gracious, man. Life is hard, baby. 1, 2, 3. We did 3 videos, so I'll do some more later on tonight, I guess. All of them are about an hour long, though. 2 hours long. That's this 28? 07, 28. Shout out to everybody who rocks on the live stream. I'm gonna change some stuff. I'm hoping to maybe, but if y'all see me, maybe if I go this way a little more, and y'all see me coming down. I don't know. This is hard. This is hard. Anyway, peace out on the live stream. Let's see if we can work some stuff in the stream.